give it moisture, and temperature is okay, and then this spore will break, and then they come out. So very smart thing, protect themselves. This is, but computer can't. You just dump computer boiling water, this computer is dead. So no matter how we proud of ourselves can make a smart computer, what God made is way smart than human made. Okay, now we learned. In the science world, very funny thing is that no matter what they believe evolution or they believe creation, one rule is everybody does is learn from bacteria, learn from nature. Why I say that? Is for example, as I said, in the laboratory we do the gene duplicate all the time. Okay, they make gene duplicate. But what we can do, the best we can do, the most advanced equipment can help me do is 1 minute I can make duplicate one gene, and then with 10% mistake. 10% mistake, not everything's. If the gene very long, I may make 50% mistake. 1 minute, one gene. And the E. coli had 4,280 gene. If 1 minute, one gene, that takes 70 hours. But E. coli is 20 minutes, 20 minutes, one generation. Not only duplicate, they equal, divide, and they form a new cell. So no matter how advanced equipment I have, I cannot do what the E. coli can do it. So we realize we have to learn from nature. Now we not make gene in the test tube. What I do, I put a gene into E. coli, and the next morning I go back to laboratory. I can harvest a huge millions identity copy. I not do by myself because nature can do much better job. As most scientists, they just use what God created to do the job for us, because we try really hard, we cannot do it. This is another example. In the laboratory, we have looked at this fancy equipment, whatever. We try to make a protein. And I remember in the science world, in 1960, they announced one day we can make cell. Why? They said we can make an amino acid, which is a protein unit. So they said, not too many years we can make cell. But after 40 years, nothing happened. It's even not close, something happened. We cannot make even one protein in the test tube. We can't. Just can't. But now we learn from bacteria what we do. You see this E. coli again. E. coli again. You see this is a jellyfish. They have a fluorescent protein there. And if I use equipment, I cannot do it. But if I put this gene into E. coli, the E. coli can make a fluorescent protein. Look at the whole E. coli become green color. The same way, in a fish in nature, they have a red fluorescent in a fish. If we take a gene, put in the E. coli, and the next morning, every E. coli is red. So they can make. So on the one sense, we just think ourselves so smart. On the other sense, we just cannot do it. We have to go back to ask God to do it. This is it. So as a scientist, I tell you, the first 2-3 years, I accept God as, okay, God, you're great. I read Bible, I pray, I do everything. But walk into a laboratory and put God outside door. This is science. I do my job. But it's not true. Just like I tell you, it's so hard, so difficult, didn't achieve anything. And then I opened up, let God into the laboratory and copy exactly what God did, put in the test tube, our success. So this is the secret of life scientist. copy what God did. Hours walking. Now we ask, how can such a simple bacteria so smart? And so smart. So we get into the second version. The first version we talk about structure, and then what the structure, how well designed the structure, and then talk about function, how good function they can do what we cannot do, and then what cause they do that. This is the hot topic of science. Why they're so smart? Now we find out the answer. So when we bought a new computer, and if you do not download the software, no matter how expensive this computer, how advanced this computer can do anything for you? No, because we know no software, right? You have to download the software. Why software is so important? Because software will give command, and they already have a bunch of program writing in software and tell this computer what to do. So this is hardware represented the structure and a function. Software is information. The same way in every living cell, we want to chasing down, does living cell have software? The answer is yes. So I give you three simple examples. Let's say the embryo development. You see the picture, day 1 and day 14 is totally different. If I ask you the question, in day 14, if I take a cell from here and take cell from eye or nose or whatever, do you think the DNA is same or not? You know? Do you think DNA is same or not? There's a whole. If DNA is same, you think, of course, if DNA is different, how they identify who is who, right? Now we can, according to DNA, identify who is who. But my question is, why this cell is like skin or fur, whatever, and that cell is eye, it's different. We talk about DNA is identical. This is software controlled. The software in the human body, in every living cell, and it tells which way to go. Like a computer. Today you want to use PowerPoint. You click this program, you can use PowerPoint, right? And then next minute you want to use Word, and then you click that program, you can write stuff. So if you click a different program, you have a different function. We know the computer. And the same thing in the cell too. Those cells have exactly identical DNA just because they're running different programs. So results is different.